Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Talk Show. XahTV 2020, May 16th, Saturday, 7 o'clock p.m. San Francisco time. How are you guys? Hello, Louis, Cook, Captain Allen, Vanya, and Atmostic. Hello, guys. So, we don't have a topic today. What is the topic going to be today? So I don't have a topic. Post your questions, put my name to it, and we'll talk about it. As usual, we have 1,000 topics, but the thing is, someone has to break the ice. Someone has to say things. Then once I look at something, then there is fantastic topics. Okay. Now let's go to for example, let's go to Art blog, okay, and let's look at Rage comics. Rage comics is fascinating. Okay, let's put this here so you can see. Let's see. Look at my windows. Rage comic. That's what we need. Rage comics. Pepe. Let's show Pepe. Now here's a video. That's a fantastic video. Someone made. There are two videos here. Both of them are fantastic. The first one is titled "Honk Honk Pepe," and this guy, whoever created this, he has a YouTube account. However, the original video, he made it private for some reason. I don't know why. Probably because Google censorship. But anyway, let me show you. Okay. So go to XAH Talk Show and today's talk show, and let's put on Pepe and its history, and also this Rage comics. Now, Rage comics is also really fantastic thing. These are what you would call folk art. That is artwork made by common people, not professional artists. And not academic, high art. That's what they call high art, like Picasso and stuff. Folk art, and today the millennial generation idiots, they call these memes, like memes, blah, 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 idiots. These are called folk art, folk art proper. Okay, so we have Rage comics. Now, why is it fantastic? Because Rage comics is, made by people, but it captures the human emotion in the most basic manner possible. Captures human emotion in the most basic manner possible. Look at this one. This is me. Okay. And so and these are characters from Rage comic, from 4chan. And this is old. This is probably 10 years old by now. And you look at these. Has anyone done research or compilation of who, the guy who drew any of these faces? For example, we have a few famous ones. For example, this girl. Usually each one of them has a name. This girl and this face, this face, this face, this face, this face. You see, they are fairly simple. This face, for example, fairly simple, but they capture the human facial expression. And of course, some of them are from photos. For example, the Jackie Chan, and I think this guy. And this guy is a Chinese basketball player, and there we have Obama. Those are not good art. Those are kind of idiotic things. But and look at this one. The one side black, one side white. That's art. That's art. That's great art. This using this silhouette style, and it captures the mood. Something. How do you describe it? Some dark, sadness, darkness looming, or melancholy, or void. and we have this serial guy. So these Rage comics, they are fantastic. When Rage comic began about, I don't know, 2008 or something. By the way, you can find them an article on Wikipedia. The history of it. When it began, the first few years they are fantastic. Then gradually they become more lamer. And also we have this guy, this guy is sitting in front of computers, just staring at the monitor screen, and it's fantastic. So that's about Rage Comics. And let me show you, okay. And there's a quote to go with it. Oh, there's a great history there. Oh, brave new words that have such people in it. Now, this is Shakespeare's The Tempest, originally, Shakespeare's Tempest, Act 5, Scene 1. And it is also quoted in Flatland, The Romance of Many Dimensions, and also quoted by Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. Those are both of these are famous fictions. Flatland, A Romance of Many Dimensions. Let me move it here so you can see. Am I doing okay? Keep the comments coming, guys, okay? YouTube not receiving enough video on maintain smooth stream. Fuck yourself. Okay, let's go back to what I was talking about, Rage Comics, okay? 沙哥来的, who is it? Alan. Eric, good morning. Hello, Master Xa. Hello, Master Xa fans. Neurocraft. Hello, Neurocraft. Nimshan Shiko. Hello. Jesus! Someone gave me 100. What kind of money is that? Oh Jesus, I don't know what kind of money is that. Let's look it up. Vanya, thank you Vanya for the money. Ching. That's what I'm here for. That's my XahTV 4. Crescent moon, one side dark, one side white, captures the gloom. Exactly, well put. Exactly, gloom is the word. Gloom is the proper word to describe that this guy, okay, gloom. So okay, so let me finish what we were talking about. So Rage comic, oh brave new words that have such people in it. This okay, so hold on a second. Let's prepare today's talk show. Okay, let's get the topics up. So we have Rage comics and we have Pepe. Let me talk about that. Pepe, okay. Rage comics, Pepe, and let me talk about that. This money, what is it? Let's find out what money is that. Oh, and wait, that's a great quote. Crescent moon, one side dark, one side black, one side white, captures the gloom. Okay, let's copy that. Thank you, Vanya. Magnify so you can see better, and okay, and XAH start command mod so you can see. Oops, shit, that's not what we want. Well, okay, let's do this. Okay, so on this pink window you can see all my Emacs commands for those of you Emacs users, so you can observe the efficiency of it. Let me adjust it properly. Okay, so today's talk show we have so Rage comics, and let's go back to where's my Firefox? And let me tell you about this way of manipulating Windows. Yeah, some other day. So let me show you. Okay, so Rage comics, Pep and its history, and that. Okay, so let's Rage comics. Okay, so Rage comics, you have this quote. Okay, and then you have Flatland. Okay, Flatland and Brave New Words. Yeah, I'm not being efficient here. Flatland and Brave New Words that has such people in it. Hold on a second. Flatland. Okay, Flatland. Copy it, and go back here. Yeah, show the keystrokes. There we have. Oh, great! Many comments. We'll talk about. Well, I'm going to answer the comments. Okay, so let's talk about the Pepe and its history. Okay, let's talk about this page, Pepe and its history. No, Pepe. You guys are probably have seen this. Pepe is quite funny, And these people today, well, we have to give credit to where the credit is due. The millennial generation, these idiots, but they some of them got talents. They created the Rage comics, and they also created this Pepe meme stuff. Memes, it's not easy to create a great meme. They say viral. These millennial generation idiots jargons, viral. It's not easy. However, the scientists and psychologists have, especially from Google, these big corporations, they marketing department, for something to go viral is critically important in a capitalistic society such as USA, because that's marketing. That's the success of marketing. By the way, did you know a diamond is forever? Have you ever heard of that phrase? Now that is one of the most successful marketing. Okay, a diamond is forever. That is a phrase created by the De Beers Diamond Company. They created the phrase "a diamond is forever," and that phrase stuck in every American's mind. It becomes part of your brain, part of your thinking, especially of course for women, because the women they love diamonds because that's gifts from men. And wedding, you are supposed to give the girl a diamonds. Diamonds is forever. This phrase is what is the most successful marketing phrase in modern America in the past 100 years or something. So because now every time, if you going to marry someone, you are going to give a diamond. Usually that's it's supposed to be the tradition. It becomes a tradition. Not so 100 years ago. It's not like that. But because so there's the diamond. A diamond is forever. Let's search. I have an article on that, of course. Let's see if we can find my article. Okay. XahTV, a diamond is forever. There it is. Now this is a sensitive topic. I'm going to get banned if I talk too much about it. But let's have a look. The female mentality. Okay. Now someone will accuse me of being misogynist. They don't even know what that word means. But anyway, you see the girl looking at the guy. The guy's head is a house. Now this is an ad. Now remember, this is not just I didn't draw it. This is an ad for mortgages, and this ad appeared around 2003. Now you see, this is before the social justice fuckheads time. Social justice began mostly. They rose to the top around 2016. Okay, but they started to rise. Let's say 2010. The social justice kind of thinking. But anyway, this ad is 2003. You cannot have this ad today. If you have this ad today, oh my God, you're gonna be canceled. The cancel culture. Fuck the millennials. Fuck the social justice. But anyway, this is white people, American ad. Plastered all over Yahoo. The big giant websites. The girl looking at the guy with a big house, because this ad captures the mentality of women. I mean, the tradition of society. Women picks men. Men. A guy wants to fuck every girl. So typically women has the choice. They pick who they want to marry with, or who they want to have sex with. So that's the anyway. That's reality. That's how things are in the world, and there's a reason for that. Why is it women choose? Why can't how come? Why is it not? For example, a woman wants to fuck every guy, but while guys are kind of they want only one right woman. Why is it not like that? Well, because biology. There are good reasons. I talked about this once or twice before. So there it is. There it is. You see? Now here is another ad, okay? Showing two diamonds. One is a small one, a small one, and the other one is a big one. Now the small one has a caption, "Oh, Michael, you shouldn't have." The big one has a caption, "Oh, Michael, diamonds." So guys, start to learn Golang, okay? Start to learn programming, so one day you'll possess the ability to endow girls of your choice with these things. So this is an ad. This ad, by the way, this ad is on Time magazine. One of the most respected magazine in English. Time magazine of USA, American Time magazine, 2002, November 4th. This ad came from Time magazine, 2002. Okay. So then it comes the phrase, "A diamond is forever." You see, a diamond is forever. So this ad is paid by what's the company? I think it's De Beers. Yeah. So anyway, so you see this ad again. It's a successful ad because it kind of captures the how things are, the way things are, just like Rage Comics. We talked about Rage Comics, right? Let's see. Yeah. Okay, hold on a second. Let me copy the link. I need to get the link so we have a record of what we talked about. A diamond is forever. Okay. Show in browser. So those are the topics we've been talking about. Okay, lots of comments. I'm going to get to them. Am I doing okay? I suppose. Oh, okay. So that 100 money is $1.3. Okay. So okay. So let's where are we? Where are we? So a diamond is forever. That's one of the most successful marketing. By the way, if you have ever studied marketing, or if you are not a nerd, most people are not nerds. So they have been, one of the common job is, for example, salesman. Salesman is one of the common job. Almost anyone can do as long as you can talk. So when you join the sales force, they show you books about how to do marketing, how to be a great salesman, how to persuade people to buy things they don't want. So there are huge tons of marketing books, and in them you'll find this. They'll talk about this. A diamond is forever. This is one of the greatest marketing success. Okay, so back to so I was saying, you see, these two ads, they capture how things are, just like the Rage comics. Okay, they in order to be successful, you want to be truthful. When people, like comedians, for example, successful comedians, when you say something, it kind of capture the situation, capture how things are. So that's about, okay, Rage Comics and A Diamond is Forever. Let's copy that. Okay, so let's hold on a second. And I'm gonna talk about Pepe, okay, in a second. So let's talk about Pepe, okay. So let's see Pepe and its history. Now in this page there are two videos. Both are fantastic. The first one is a great art made by this guy. He's got a YouTube account. Let's play a bit. It's too loud. Jesus, hold on. You see, you can go to my website and watch this, or just search for Honk Honk Pepe. Now this is not easy to make. Okay, this must be his name, Zymannitromi, something like that. It must be him who created. So I've looked at his YouTube. He's got a few YouTube videos. It's not easy to do. He must be a professional working in the with multimedia today. Since the millennial generation, since about 2010, there's a new profession, kind of the rise of a new profession, that is digital media profession. Oh, digital media profession. Oh, thank you again, Vanya. So there's a question. Let me answer the question. Okay. La Wolf guys, Jordan Belfort, the Wolf of Wall Street, has 75 gigabytes of sales tutorials learned from Wolf guy. So okay, so Pepe, so this guy created this great, digital media is a new kind of new profession. Um, you know, like before the rise of digital media, you have, for nerds, who work with computers, you have, maybe 3D artists. And 3D artist is important. For example, all the animations, movies, 3D special effects, you need that. And then you have programmers like us. We use computers, but beginning around late 2000s or 2010, let's say 2010, there's more and more needs of these digital media experts. So you can manipulate photos, Photoshop, and create these memes like this. Or 3D programs like art. Actually, Alan is kind of like that. Alan is also, so the other day Alan is showing us how to do Blender, creating a thing in Blender 3D. So they are, it becomes a profession, a digital media expert, which I don't know how to do. Um, so back to this. So this is a great artwork. Now the second one, the history of Pepe. This is fantastic. Okay, this video is 10 minutes, but it gives you a account of the entire history of Pepe. Why is it represent becomes a meme, and quite interesting. I didn't know much of it because I wasn't. I know. I'm too old. I'm kind of much older than you guys, so I know the history of the internet. I know the 4chan. I witnessed the birth of 4chan, Wikipedia, Reddit, Hacker News, for example, um, Discuss, and Blogger, for example. I witnessed the birth of these things, and before Wikipedia, then the first one is slash dot. So I've been using internet since 1992, technically. Actually, before the internet, there's a AOL online. I didn't use. There's a CompuServe. So I started to use the online network since 1991 with CompuServe. Okay, CompuServe is online service. Um, you know, so in 1995, the internet kind of began. Then it becomes more and more and more popular. So I've seen it all. But however, the 4chan, the internet memes, so they began around, beginning. It mostly began with 4chan, 4chan. So Pep is also came out of 4chan. I didn't really pay much attention. I mean, I'm not part of this group. Like it's I see it, I go there sometimes, but I'm not that into it. So I didn't know what's going on with the Pepe until like 2016. You start to see it everywhere. But so anyway, watch this video. Okay, it captures some short summary of the history, and I think it's I don't have time to verify it, but I think it's a good account. So let me read the comments. Okay, so Pepe. So that's about Pepe, and we gonna remember there's a quote. So let me quickly talk about this thing. Flatland, a romance of many dimensions. And there are two quotes in this book. One is, "Oh, brave new worlds that have such people in them." Now, this is one of my favorite quotes of all times. "Oh, brave new worlds that have such people in them, such as the people on 4chan." Like, and all our Discord, XahTV Discord, join XahTV Discord, okay? Now, you see, when you look at people, it is like diversity. That's proper English word, diverse, not the social justice scan, meaning of that. Diversity is the proper word. You see all sort of people. You have presidents, you have prostitutes, you have politicians, you have unctuous salesmen, you have businessmen, magnates, or billionaires. Then you have poor, homeless people. Then we have nerds, programmers, and people with psychological problems. All sort of people. Some people, the lifestyles are very different. Then you have monks, that exist, monks who really live in austere life. I'm kind of, but not like the typical monks. So when you look at all the words in all the people in the world, it's really diverse. All brave new words that have such people in them. So that's one of my favorite quote. The other one, by the way, in this fiction, Flatland, is Fi. How frantically I square my talk. You won't understand it until you read this one. By the way, so what's this book? This is a classic, kind of very popular among math community. Why? Because this book, it introduces you to the concept of higher dimensions. That is fourth dimension, fifth dimension, sixth dimension, and so on. Reading this book, although it's not a math book, it's technically it's a science fiction. So they are talking about people who lives in a two-dimensional land. They are talking about these people. So it's not a math book at all. There's no mention of equations, nothing like that. It's just technically a science fiction. It talks about these people living in flatland and their stories and their history. But however, after this is a short fiction, so you'll finish it in 1 hour or two if you read fast, a few hours. Once after you read it, you'll have a great understanding of the higher dimensions, fourth dimension, fifth dimension, so and so on. Like most programmers, most people, this is important. Most people, they don't know what it means. They just see movies. They talk about from 10th dimension, and time travel, and fucking idiots. They don't know nothing. Now here's the important thing. One of the important thing. This is a geometric dimension, which is different from time. Has nothing to do with Einstein. Fuck. Most these common people, they'll think, oh, Einstein, this or that, or Feynman. Fuck. Common people, idiots. So anyway, read this book. I highly recommend it. Many of you probably have already done so. I read this book something like 3 or 4 times. The first time is like 1995 or so. And by the way, there's also Chinese version. Okay, so for those of you who read Chinese, there's a Chinese translation of it. You can see on my site. So this is very famous. By the way, there's also movies made out of it. Okay, so there's like animations you can. Where I have it. Let's see, a Flatland introduction. There's quite a few sequels and also animations made out of it. You go to my website, you'll find them because this is very popular. Now again, this book is a short fiction. They're talking about these creatures living on 2 dimensions. And this book is divided into 2 parts. The first part, this word. The second part, other words. The second part, actually, you'll learn about higher dimension. But however, this book is kind of a dark. Okay, this is a dark. That's this is part of the reason it's great. It's not actually trying to teach you mathematics, although it is part of the goal, and it's done great job. But the first part is basically a mock summary of human history. Okay, a mock summary of human history. You can see, for example, some of the sections title concerning the women. Okay, and you see concerning irregular figures. Okay, now you have to read deeper than that. Once you read it, you understand what it means. Concerning irregular figures, section 7. Section 8 of the Asian practice of painting. Okay, section 9 of the universal color bill. Section 10 of the suppression of the chromatic sedition. Section 11 concerning our priests. So this is a kind of very dark mock summary of human history. So okay, that's it about that Flatland and the quote, Brave New World. And we talked about Pepe already. So okay, let me now read the comments and see how long have I been talking. 30 minutes. Okay, so let's see what you guys are saying. Okay, I need to drink coffee. This rich man's coffee, okay, from Costco. Costco in America is kind of the it's not it's not Richmond, but it's not for rich people, but it's kind of the the middle class Americans. They fat Americans, they go there and you have giant warehouse of all food, all the rather high grade food. Okay, coffee. Break. Now this is break time. Intermission. We have the English word intermission, something like that. Vanya says also art not by Instagram artists. Okay, animal killer, something. Animal killer says, I know guy called XahTV who drew the original troll face. Did I? Original troll face. Now what's a troll face? Alan says, Mi gustan Rage Comics Tabien. Okay, that's either Spanish or French. Eric says, what is the current state of Windows versus Mac versus Linux? Do you prefer using Mac OS? I can answer that quickly. To answer that, you simply search. I have an article on that, XahTV, why I switched to Mac, to Windows. Typically you will find articles about why I switched to Mac. But I have an article why I am switching from Mac to Windows. Now you read this article, you'll see the full detail of it. Okay, but let me quickly answer your question. Well, the answer to your question is at the bottom. Okay, and here is a photo of my abode. Now, this is a moment of history. Now I no longer live there. I lived in that place starting around 2008, 2009. You see, this place. Now, all my videos before March are made in that place. But I no longer live here, so it's a history, a change in my life. So this photo is 2009, and that is my food. You know, very basic is what I like. And I had these big giant Yamaha speakers. Anyway, so that is my setup before. And I also have this iMac 1999. So anyway, the question is Mac versus Linux versus Windows, which is better? Basically the question is like that. So I have an answer to that written in 2018. State of Mac versus Windows versus Linux 2018. People kept asking me, so which one do you use now? What do you think? Do you think it's worthwhile to switch to Windows? People have been asking that, as far as I know, for 20 years, for 30 years, since 1990. Windows, it used to be Mac versus PC. It's a big topic people talk about every day. Then, every day in the 1990s, then that kind of died out when Windows became when Windows and Mac becomes more alike. Because in the 1990s, so before year 2000, Windows and Mac are very not like each other, because Windows is mostly command DOS, command line. Well, actually, yeah, primarily, Windows is not intuitive. It's in the early 1990s is command line, okay, DOS. But Mac is the first one that popularized mouse. For example, mouse graphical user interface. You can draw, Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator, 3D programs. They all basically, most of them, vast majority of them, begin life on the Mac for 10 years. So you don't have that on Windows. Desktop publishing, word processors, Quark Express. You can format things. Desktop publishing. That's basically Mac invented it. Then PC gradually copied it. So anyway, there's a question. Windows or Mac. What do you think? Basically, the situation is the same. Okay, as to which one you should use. Let's first focus on Windows versus Mac. Okay, Mac is much more easier to use. Okay, much more easier to use. The user interface, everything is just great. The design is fantastic. Okay, Windows, crash now and then, or unintuitive, complexities. It's hard to use. But however, Mac is often like twice as expensive for the same physical hardware power, twice as expensive, including every peripheral you buy. Like the same mouse, exact same mouse. You buy it from the PC community, let's say it's $20. You buy it on the Mac store, it's $40. That is true for every peripheral, like dongles or whatever. So Mac, if you have money, you could go Mac. Okay, so Mac is much easier to use. Windows not so. But however, Windows, you can play games. For all the games you can play. If you want a gamer, of course, you go Windows. There's basically no choice. You'll hear Mac fanatics or Linux fuckheads. They'll say, oh yeah, but every game is now available on the Mac or Linux Steam. They get excited over the past 20 years. No, if you ask a real gamer, yeah, you're gonna play games on Mac or Linux? No, you are a fucking idiot. They can tell you are a fanatic. You are out of the. You don't know what you're talking about. You are just trying to. You wanna believe. You want to believe. So if you want to play games, Windows, that's your only choice, and you can buy graphics cards. On a Mac, you cannot. Basically, you pay $2,000 and you still get lousy system. So that's basically Windows versus Mac. Which one to choose? So there's no one good answer. Depends on what do you want. You have a lot of money, well maybe, and you don't play games. Maybe you go with the Mac. Or if you want be not to spend that much money, and or if you play games, go with Windows. They are Windows is usable, very usable today. Windows 10. And now, and also let me mention another thing for security. Prevent corporate prying eyes. In general, Mac is better, more secure, and also Windows has a lot more viruses. By the way, it's not a fault of Windows. Windows got more viruses because not because Windows is less secure. No, you idiot. It's because Windows has 10 times more people using it than the Mac. Okay, 10 times. Therefore, if you are a virus writer, you write one for Windows, obviously. Okay, that's Windows versus Mac. Now Linux. Linux is the worst shit possible. The worst fuck. The worst, the most difficult to use. If you use Windows, you're gonna spend 1 or 2 hours every day just to deal with things to get it to work. Trying to install this doesn't work. You go to Stack Overflow and Linux distro, and fucking all the information you found is 10 years old. All the answer is 10 years old. Then you have to talk to people. How do you fuck Linux? Fuck the Linux idiots. And we have these extremely idiotic people, Linux people. They will sometimes say, GNOME versus Windows 10, which is more easier to use. It's like a piece of shit versus, let's say, versus a diamond. Which one is easier to use? Fucking Linux fucks. So Linux is the worst fuck possible. But however, it's free. It's free, my friends. It's free. The best things in the world is free. The best things in life is free. Linux is free. You don't have to pay. That's the story of Linux. And and if you are a programmer, if all you do is programming, you don't play games. The purpose of you using a computer is programming. Python, Perl, Golang, Lisp, for example. Yeah, then Linux is good. Okay, you do servers, or then you go Linux. Okay, so Linux, if you are a dev, Linux is kind of you could say the best of them. Well, yeah, kind of. So, okay, so that's the summary of Linux versus Mac. Mac versus PC versus Linux. Which one you wanna go? There's actually, it's hard to choose. If you don't want to pay, you go Linux. It sucks, the worst shit possible. Or if you play games, go Windows. Now, if you have lots of money and you can go, like show off. Bring your MacBook, your latest Apple Watch. The fuck Apple, fobs. Yeah, you go to Starbucks, you sit down and show off. Yeah, that's a good for Apple. Okay, what's my thoughts about having kids? I like to have kids, actually. I'm not married and I don't have kids, but actually that's something I would like to have. And I'm a schizoid personality. That means I'm kind of a loner personality, so I don't easily I'm kind of very extremely independent person. Independent, like no emotion, no attachments whatsoever with other people. So for us it's harder. Anyway, I think I like to have kids, possibly, maybe not. Who knows what will happen. Maybe not. So back to reading the comments, and maybe that's it today. So how long have I been talking? I've been talking about 50 minutes. Okay, let me go back, read the comments. You got a question for me? Post it now, okay? Now it's the right time. Indian currency. So Vanya is from India. Now Indian currency, that's ruple or rupee, right? Something, am I correct? Now let's see Unicode, Xah Unicode. Let's go to Xah Unicode. God, this takes so long. Showing browser. Now let's go to currency. Next page. Culture, keyboard, common, punctuation. Let's show you, I'm gonna show you some of these very interesting Unicode stuff. And where's currency? Wait, where did it go? Currency, money, okay. Oh, I don't have, I used to have words about it. So let's see, what is this? Bengali. Is it Bengali or Bengali? Bengali rupee sign. And Indian rupee sign. Okay, that's that one. Indian rupee. Oh, so $1 USD is like 100 Indian rupee, something like that. Okay, so thank you, Vanya. Anyway, it's a great donation. Thank you. So let's see what else. Alan, LARPing stuff, live action role playing, Sika Blatt, and haven't pretended to be a thing. I think referring to your name. Oops, yes, I was LARPing with the Russians of late on YouTube. Message retracted. What does that mean? Does that mean you deleted yourself, Alan? North India or South India? So talk about AutoHotkey. How is it going for you? So AutoHotkey. Let me talk about that a bit. So I have a tutorial on AutoHotkey, of course. Hold on a second. Let me copy the URL for the money. Unicode currency symbols. Copy. Okay, close, and paste it here. So we got a link showing browser. There it is, today's topic. And another topic is why I switched from Mac to Windows. Yeah, we have it here. Paste it here. Okay, so close that. Unicode keyboard symbols. Okay, let's not talk about that. So let's answer the comments. AutoHotkey. Okay, so let me talk about AutoHotkey. Go to my programming blog. So I started to work on Windows yesterday. I've been using Windows. I started to use Windows at work in 1999 to 2002 using Windows NT. In fact, you can see a picture of me. So let me show you. Keyboard blog. So I'm gonna talk about AutoHotkey. So keyboard blog. So today I did a lot of small updates on several pages. Computer keyboard gallery. So let me show you. So this keyboard is the cheapest generic keyboard I bought for $6 back in 1999. Back then my favorite keyboard is the cheapest generic PC keyboard, like this one. $6. If it has extra buttons or it has special shape or ergonomic or split, no, I don't want that. Those fuck. I want the cheapest generic PC keyboard. No special buttons or no extra buttons. No strange arrangements. Those are no good. That's back then. So this is my keyboard, and this is actually my favorite one. $6, cheapest one you can get. So this is a picture. This is my office in 2001 at Natopia. So back then I have an office and quite big. As big as my room right now, shared by two of us, just me and another guy. And I got that's back then. You don't have that today. So this is you see this PC, that is running Windows NT. So I've been using Windows NT for 4 years. But however, I my first computer, my personal computer, is around 1992, a Mac 2SI. I'm mostly being a Mac person. So throughout 1990s, I'm a Mac person. So only in 1999 to 2002, I started to use Windows, and that's Windows NT. That's my work. We use this. So we are developing one of the first, or the first, you could say the first web store, the system for web store, like Yahoo Store, even before Yahoo Store, massive scale. So I'm developer of that, and I use Windows NT to connect to the server. So anyway, so that's Windows NT. But I have never used Windows as my personal home main machine until 2009. That's discussed in my article, why I'm switching from Mac to Windows. So that's 2009. But anyway, what's my point? My point is that what I'm going to say, I was going to say, auto hotkey. So my first Windows experience is from 1999 to 2002. Then from 2009 to 2012, about 3 years, that is when I'm developing Ergo Emacs mod. That's also the same time. So anyway, so 2009 to 2012, Windows is my main machine at home. So, and by that time, I'm also a keyboard. I've been a keyboard nerd since 1991 because I wrote my own Vorak layout on the Mac. Anyway, so auto hotkey is one of the great utility on Windows that allows you to create your own shortcuts, or keyboard remap, or automation. Some sort of automation. So it's one of the greatest. I would say it's the greatest tool. If you can only have one software for keyboard remapping, that kind of thing, or launching programs, then the best one, is auto hotkey. So I have a tutorial of that. This is written, you can see, written in 2009. But however, I stopped using Windows around 2012 or 2013. So this page and related pages is getting old. For 7 years, it's bit rotting. It's bit rot. When you write a tutorial on programming or technology, they will bit rot if you don't update it, because there's new version of auto hotkey, and things change. For example, back then you have Windows Vista, then you have Windows 7, Windows Vista, Windows 10, and the user interface changed entirely from Vista, from whatever before, to 10, because now you have touch screen and so on. So things change, so the need for shortcuts also changed somewhat. So anyway, so I have a auto hotkey tutorial, but I haven't been on Windows for 7 years by now. But yesterday I started to kind of, I'm not sure, but I started to do dev on Windows. I have a Surface tablet, so Emacs, doing programming, doing stuff on the Windows, like using it as a developer for real. So that's when you need all the shortcuts. You need to very fast, efficient way to do things. Like I want to open this folder in in Explorer. I want to show this link in browser, in specific browser, Chrome or Firefox or that one. I want to have quick ways to switch to the window or whatever, to a directory, or get a path of a directory, or run this file with this path, run a program with this path, things like that. So I started to install AutoHotkey again, and so I'm going to update my AutoHotkey tutorial. There's quite a few I need to update. Let me show you. Okay, so there are actually I've kind of collected here. AutoHotkey, let me show you. Okay, AutoHotkey. Let me show. Okay, AutoHotkey Windows key remapping frequently asked questions. Okay, and complete list of Microsoft Windows shortcuts. There are actually tens of them, like 100 almost. Then Emacs AutoHotkey mod. I wrote a AutoHotkey mod in Emacs Lisp, because back then the one that comes with AutoHotkey is no good. So I wrote my own. So I haven't been updating it for like 7 years. It's still good, actually. It works. So right now I'm on a Mac, so I cannot show you much about AutoHotkey. Eventually I need to set up my Windows machine so I'll stream from there. So any more comments? Okay, let me quickly finish and we'll be done today. Okay, let me finish quickly. Okay, let me show you just a few more things. PowerShell. Okay, if you want to, let me tell you this. Okay, these are important. Let me tell you. Now, if your main machine is Windows, and if you are a nerd, maybe you are a programmer, or if you use Windows at work, you want to master Windows. Okay, and the most important thing you want to master is PowerShell. Some of these things I'm gonna tell you. PowerShell, you want to master it throughout. Okay, the operating system shell is kind of the command line, is kind of the window to the whole system. Their features, what it does, what you can do with it. So you want to master PowerShell. You can begin at the beginning, which is my tutorial. Okay, so actually my tutorial about PowerShell is not that great, but you could spend 10 minutes reading it, then you move on, because I tell you, these days people, they search the web for tutorials, but actually many programming languages they have entire set of tutorials and documentation within PowerShell. For example, PowerShell is actually available on the Mac too. Let me show you. Okay, let's open a new window. Let's magnify. Let's see if we can magnify this. Yeah, let's magnify. Okay, so I'm gonna show you PSSH, PowerShell. Now it's cross-platform, so it's available for Windows, of course, but also Mac and Linux. You see, I'm running PowerShell. Now it says type help to help. So let's type help. There it is. The start with this article. You can read the entire thing. Actually, I need to. This is not the full help. Okay, wait. Help. Anyway, starting with this article, you can actually read there it is, the entire tutorials and documentations about PowerShell without needing any other tutorial. And this is actually the most accurate because it's from the official. So my tutorial usually tells you about those things. So you can start that. So PowerShell you want to master, okay? And also many of the most fundamental things about Windows. You want to master registry. You want to know what they are inside out, okay? You want to understand registry. And you also want to, okay, so Windows Console is going away, okay? So forget about it. This page is going to go obsolete. So anyway, that's about. And also, one more thing. Windows, the environment environment variables in Windows, very important. Also, when you study PowerShell, you also learn this, very important. You want to know the full thing. They are connected. PowerShell, Windows environment variables, and the registry, they are connected because on Windows, the environment variables are stored in registry. So you need to know all these things. So anyway, I think that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. So one more ending quotes. Oh my God, you skipped my question above. Please read. Okay. Jim 90. Okay, hold on a second. We're gonna finish in 5 minutes, 3 minutes or 2. Show my anti-ergonomic keyboard cartoon I posted on Discord. Okay, Alan is our in-house artist. Oh yeah, so he's got a comics. He's an artist. He draw. he Alan draw memes. Okay, there it is. Let's see. There it is. This artwork by Alan. Okay, so okay, I'm gonna finish. We're gonna finish. Okay, in 2-3 minutes. I'm gonna finish reading the comments. Simp. What is simp? I'd rather be a pimp. Anyone can join Salesforce. Okay. Thank you, Vanya, again. Okay, so what mean DV? I just pulled that out. Yes. Hello, everyone. So Jim, J Team 90. What is your question? As I mentioned before, if you have a question for me, put my name to it. So here's a question. What are your thoughts on having kids? I answered that. Awesome. Thanks for the response. Which platform do I actually like? I don't know, because Mac is the best, but most expensive and not compatible, and you cannot play games on the Mac. So it's hard to say. Linux is free, but then it really sucks the worst fuck possible in every way, in every fucking way. Linux. I mean, we are not talking about, let's say, Mac and Windows and Linux are all free, okay? And I'm a nerd, I'm a programmer, so I know sysadmin since fucking 20 years ago. I know Unix sysadmin. I have used all the several Solaris. I've used professional sysadmin on Solaris for 3-4 years. But Linux is the worst fuck possible. Even for a very extreme nerds, it's the worst fuck possible. Linux, fuck the Linux, and these people, these Linux people, they tiling Windows, and the kernel, and they fucking idiots. And they don't even know, they don't know things, when I talk about Linux, it's gonna be 20 hours non-stop. I'm gonna tell you all the technical details these Linux, Unix fuckheads, they know nothing about. The file systems, the file permissions, user group, root, wheel. By the way, I have I have 10,000 articles on that. Search for XAH Unix philosophy. Search for XAH Linux tutorial. I don't know what's your. I didn't see your question. J Team 90. Although I like kids. Okay, so messenger, because I made a typo. Okay. You had the cheapest generic PC keyboards under quality theory. yeah, the J Team 90 is trying to, he's posting the MD5. I made up a game. The MD5 is this number. You tell some number. It's better. It's below what I have in mind. I'll send this many money in donation. It's bigger than I don't know. I don't know what you're trying to do. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Bye. And join Discord. Now let's turn up. Today I have a trick. I hit the OBS, then all the CPU usage is lower. So I've been talking for 1 hour and 6 minutes. Good night, guys. Have a good day.